Hello everybody and welcome to Gaming with Mr. Poopy. Today we're going to be taking a look at Far Cry 5. We're going to be doing some more benchmarking. This game actually has a built-in benchmark here. So we're just going to run this benchmark and see how things go with the RTX 3080 Ti and the i7-12700K with 32 gigs of RAM. Let's pop in here real quick to the video settings and go over everything. 1440p as always, 144 Hz refresh rate. Graphics, everything is set to its ultra highest setting. HD textures are on. Anti-aliasing is TAA. Motion blur, bleh, off. None of this matters. And VSync is off. Frame rate is off. Dynamic resolution, we don't need that. And resolution scale is set to 1, so this is running at 1440p. We'll kind of toy with this after, but let's run the test. We'll do the benchmark and see what happens here, what kind of frame rates we get. Alrighty. As you can see, we got the little graph up there as well, and we are getting some pretty tasty frames here. I mean, we're actually well above my monitor's refresh rate of 144. And right now we're averaging 165, 167, 66. Yeah, this game is running very well. No complaints whatsoever. And this benchmark is it's a pretty good benchmark. It gives you an idea of how it's going to run when you're playing the game. Got some drops there. Nice smoke effects. Everything looks pretty sharp. Yeah, we got plenty of headroom in this game, that's for sure. I mean, we just hit 200, although, yeah, when it's upwards like that, there's not as much on screen. So, as you can see, everything's looking good. Minimum was 132, average 166, maxed out at 206, and there's our settings there. Alright, so let's back out of here. I'm going to go back to the settings here. So since we got all that headroom, we're going to go to resolution scale. So right now this is rendering everything at 1440p. We're going to crank it up. This way we'll get a sharper image. So we're going to put it to 1.5, which I believe, if I'm correct, this is technically 4K. Because 1440p... you go half of that, brings you up to 4K. So we're going to be rendering everything at 4K and then downsampling it back to 1440p. So it'll give you, basically it's going to give you a better picture. It's not going to be 4K quality picture, but the as far as jaggies and aliasing goes, you'll have less of that. But I'm sure we're going to see a little difference in frame rates. And yes, definitely noticeable. But the picture looks nice. Oh yeah. I can definitely tell the difference. Everything is more crisp. I barely see any jagged lines anywhere. Nice picture. And we're still well above 100 frames per second. It's good. At a minimum of 95. But that's still nothing to complain about there. Let's see what happens when everything goes boom. I really didn't even twitch there. Nice. That is actually running exceptionally well. Very nice. Very nice. Alright. So, minimum frame rate's 95, average of 105, our max was 122. And the nice thing about this is, if we hit that, we can see our previous with the actual 1440p, you know, no resolutions scaling. Yeah, so, yeah, there's a bit of a difference. So, 132, 195, average 166, 105. So, yeah, so it's about 60. Our average changed about 60 frames. But it's still well above 100. Alright, let's back out of that. We'll do one more quick little test just for fun since we're here. We're going to put the resolution scale all the way up to 2. So now technically we're actually over 4K, and then it's going to downsample it back to 1440p. So let's give it a test. This one's probably going to be a little more rough, but what the hell, let's see what happens. I wonder, curious to see if there's going to be any difference in picture quality. Definitely a noticeable difference in frame rates. Yeah. Now we're in the 70s. Picture-wise, I don't know. I'm trying to see if... yeah, it definitely looks a little different. The picture looks even sharper, but I don't know if it's like enough to take this kind of frame rate hit. Definitely noticeable on the fence. The aliasing is almost non-existent. I mean, there's just a very minimal amount of aliasing going on and stair-stepping. But, I mean, surprisingly, we're still staying over 60. So, I mean, if you're fine with, you know, 70s and 60s, I guess this is feasible. Impressive. Very impressive. Okay. Nice. Alright. So yeah, we had a minimum of 61, average 67, max 78. You could tell the frame rates here are a little closer together. They're kind of holding. The pattern here is a little tighter. Yeah. 22, 105. Yeah. Yeah, I would think I would probably stick to this setting here. So resolution scale 1.5. This gives you're pretty much staying over 100 frames per second, and you're getting a nice sharp picture. Everything maxed out to ultra. Hell yeah. That is those are some good results. All right, well, hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, give it a like. And if you enjoy this content, then please subscribe to my channel. And you all have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye-bye.